Hey there, Slow Shines. It's Michelle here, and it's Creative Expressions, episode 51. You know that's how old I am? That's kind of funny. I don't feel 51. Does anybody actually feel that the age that they are? I feel so much younger, and I forget. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm 51. It's crazy, don't you think? Anyway, Creative Expressions is a podcast style episode where I show you all of the knitting and crocheting and things that I'm working on. Sometimes we talk about love updates and little learning moments and lots of things like that. I tend to put chapter links so you can jump to things. And also, if I mention people, if I link, or if I do patterns, I tend to link them. The first thing I'm going to do is put a video up here. Creative Expressions number 50. One of the things I forgot in that video was a cutoff time. So I have a hidden giveaway in that video. Don't comment about it. Just go watch the video. Kind of keep it on the down low. We don't want anybody to know. It's just for people who actually watch. It's under I believe the chapter is channel announcements or just announcements or something like that. But that is where the little giveaway information is. And I'm deciding to kind of extend the cutoff because I didn't actually tell you the cutoff. So if you go back on that video and you follow the keyword and you do all the things, you could win. And I am going to be picking the winner Thursday afternoon, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you comment before then, you have a chance to receive the prize. Anyway, that was the first thing I wanted to make sure that we talked about. The next thing we're going to talk about is finished objects. So I have a couple that I get to put pictures in for. But if you want to actually see video footage of those, then be sure to go here and check out Finished Friday. I had to think about what it was called. The only word coming to my mind was WIP Wednesday, and I'm like, it is not WIP Wednesday. Finished Friday. I have video footage of them, but I will show you the pictures here. So this right here is this cute little baby gnome cap that I made. I will of course link the pattern down below. I kind of did some fudging. It's 100 count around. And I have a project I'll be showing you in a little while that actually is using the full 100. But this one I used 65 for, and then had problems with the decreases because it didn't fit in with pattern. Wasn't thinking ahead when I picked the number. And there's a little blurb on the thing. It says if you want to make a bigger hat, go do 125. And I'm like, if you have to go from 100 to 125, then probably if you go down to 75 or 50, that will work. So now I know. But isn't it adorable? Now, even if you don't knit, you gotta go click the Ravelry link and then click on all the pictures and look at all the babies wearing the hats because it's so sweet and so cute. So I did that for my daughter to take to a baby shower, and it was a hit, of course. And then next finished object, gloves. Yay, guys! Can we just celebrate, please? I am so pleased. They were a delight to work on. I loved working with the alpaca. So glad I'm not allergic to alpaca, just sheep wool. I'm actually allergic to the lanolin, so you know. Super glad to have them done for him well before a month after Christmas. Pretty awesome. And now I want more alpaca yarn because I want a pair of gloves. I think some of my other kids might. And I'm not, do I want gloves for myself? I'm not sure. I actually might make mittens. Or I might do like the kind where you have your glove things, but you can have a thing that folds over. I think that would drive me crazy. I think I just want to make mittens, guys. I just like the idea of mittens, so. But I don't know, a pair of good gloves that's actually made to fit my hands might be really nice too. That's a plan. We'll see if I ever get that yarn. Yeah, I have my eye on it. So those were really fun. He likes them, and it was an awesome choice. And then my last finished project, I'm going to put the bird of the month up here. It was from Judy's Creation and Crochet. We got all the colors. We got a red. I know that sometimes on the screen, and I haven't figured out how to adjust the colors to get it to work, but this is red. This is orange. They're not the same. In person, you 100% can tell the difference. Yellow, green. This one's blue, like a royal blue, and this one's like a regular royal purpley color. I have yet, I can sometimes get these to differentiate, but I've yet to really get these to look enough different. Like right now on my recording screen, they both look blue. I can tell that they're different colors, but that's it. And then I got the pink. So they are an more amazing match. Look at that face. Isn't that so cute? And he's got the little thingies here. So stinking cute. Let me see. I'll move him over here underneath his butterfly inspiration or bird inspiration. I love it. I love it. He's so fun. I think I'm sending this to grandkids. That's kind of the plan. As a present for something. I don't know. So that's fun. And that's it for finished objects. So let's move on to works in progress. You know what I'm going to do? I am actually going to change scenes on my little recording thing, and I'm going to actually show you my Notion dashboard finally. It's a dashboard that I use to kind of keep track. It's the one I've not talked about. That's not true. I've talked about it. I've never showed it. It's my creative dash. It is how I sort my projects. So I'm going to go over there and show you. So when I come into my Notions, I have a link to this page. It's called Creative Dash. I have a link on my thing. And of course I have my little thingy there. This here is a link to a database that I don't know why I made it, because I didn't actually use it. I tried to keep track of what gifts I needed and stuff. Then this is a timesheet thing when I was thinking of actually making for selling. It was by, I can't remember her name right now. Pam, I think is her name. She was talking about really how to actually make money from selling crochet. And I just realized I just don't wanna. It stressed me out. I would prefer to make gifts or fun things for myself. So I don't know. But I haven't deleted it yet. It's still there. These are links to other pages in the database. Actually, this sewing patterns, crochet projects, and knit projects are all represented on the page anyway. But I sometimes have a link to go to. And then the to-do page is just my page where I keep track of what I have listed. It's not necessarily a do today kind of thing, just kind of a list of things. So I'm like, I need to work on a project. What projects do I need to work on? So that I always have to look for them and I don't forget. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't worked on that project for a while. I can pull it out. So down here, I have my knitting. This is specifically for knitting projects. Little database, but I have it set up in cards. So if they have pictures, which these don't, if they have pictures, they show up. So my preemie hat, I will show you in a minute. My temperature socks, I will show you in February. The EFA M Cal. So Expression Fiber Arts has a mystery knit along. I have it here, but I haven't decided if I'm actually going to participate. I did order the pattern. We'll see. And then WIP Pouch, I'll show you in a little bit. And this is for the tithing hat that got put on hold. I should move it to hold, but I just leave it here because if I open up, like say the Preemie Hat, I have it where it can change the status. So it's on hold. I have some pages that are reference pages, like how to make socks and links to a bunch of a person's patterns kind of thing. I think I might have a sweater link, maybe glove links. I'm not sure. Planned in ideas. So these are things where it's like, I know I want to make this, so I put it under planned, and then it's not showing on my to-do list, but it's on my list. And then ideas are just things that's like, I think it would be really cool to make this, so I put it under an idea list. Then I have ongoing projects. These are things like the mystery crochet alongs, because I will work on them, or a temperature snake, and they just are ongoing, but I'm working on them. Commission is what it sounds like. If I'm making something because somebody's paying me. And then in progress is everything I'm working on right now. And then the last option is finished objects. I will easily change those when I finish something. Sometimes I move things in and out of places. This is the due date. Oh, what else do I have? Who it's for. This one's a tithing hat, but I have different options of who it can be for. I don't know how necessary that is, but I don't know, I put it there. If I'm making a commission project, it's a place for me to write notes. If I had the pattern downloaded on my computer, I put the name of it here. I might start adding a little note, but this is knitting, so I know it will be in my knitting patterns folder. Date that it's due. This is the Preemie Hat, which I need to get done by January 31st. This is the day I started on, day I finished it. If I have a picture of it, do I have a picture? I can choose the picture. That's the most recent picture right there. And I can upload it. And then if I have any notes, other pattern notes or other notes, if it's a link to a place on the internet, but not a downloaded pattern, I can put the link in. The price is if I sell it, kind of a record. I don't necessarily use it, but I was planning to. Needle size, the time to knit thing has to do with the price. If I haven't, I can list whatever yarn that I'm using. And then the to-do here, why is this not linked to a to-do? This is to-do, should be linked to something. If I have it, I'll just link it to a tithing project, because it should be linked. And then I'm not sure what the location was about. Oh, I know what the location's for. I'm gonna rename it while we're here. Okay, I named it to project to storage location. It's because this is where I can say what kind of project bag it's in. Like I have things that are in flower bags or Christmas bags or whatever. I don't have a lot of project bags. Or if it's something that's a UFO, I can say which tote it's in. Which is more of what I use that for. So now that I've added a picture, it does that. Anyway, crochet is pretty much the same. These are things, notes for videos. I also have this link over here just because it's kind of like a little note area, and I wanted to remember that these guys have non-wool yarn. I've talked about my finished objects. Now I'm talking about, I have all these things. If I have a specific thing I want to talk about, I can make a little note here. If I finish anything in the week, I can put it here and here, just so I come in and look at my finished Friday notes and I'm like, I remember need to talk about this. WIP Wednesday, it's anything I've actually worked on, or talk about them without having to go through and be like, did I work on these things? I'll just come in throughout the weekend, update this. And then this little blue section is the things we're making Thursday. This is all the stuff that I copy to put in the description box of things we're making Thursday. Has the little thing, talks about the join, it has a Facebook link, it has what the themes are for the year. So this is my dashboard. So now that you know what I'm looking at, let's talk about the things. Talked a lot in that section. We'll see what I cut out and what I keep. But let's talk about the things. And since the first thing up was knitting, let's talk about the Preemie Hat. It's getting a little bit taller. I have about another inch, which means probably about 3 more of the little pattern repeats till I start doing the decreases. So I know this is a tithing project. but I've been working on it. I take it with me places. It's on the DPNs. But I take it with me places, and this is the incredible expanding gnome cap, which I already talked about. I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm filming this Saturday. Tomorrow I'm going to cast on a new tithing hat. Same pattern for preemie, but bigger yarn. Because I want something a little faster to work on Sundays, and then I'm just working on this any chance I get, because I'm like how it's turned out. I was saying how this actually would be a really cute cuff for a sweater. So if I did a sweater in like a fingering weight, that just is really pretty as a cuff for a sweater. I mean, it would be probably easier to see if I went this way. I'm a little frustrated about Caleb's pouch, because I had quite a bit of, not quite a bit, but I had some of the pattern done. I had a little bit further than where I am right now. But things weren't working mathematically. I was like, I know I've double counted so many times that I have enough stitches across in this black section, so why wasn't it working? So I undid, I frogged back to the row just before the yellow color work started down here, and I've been redoing it. I've been extra careful about all of my counting. So far I think it's actually looking better. I don't know what I did before. So I've got it back almost to where it was, but this time I'm being extra careful about my counts because something was definitely off. I feel like I might want to put a lifeline in every once in a while just to make sure, because I know that this part up here is accurate now. So I think I might want to put a lifeline in before I do any more, so that I can so I don't have, if I do find that I have to undo, I don't have to undo as far. I'm still doing this little twist thing. Basically it twists around every time so that I don't have any floats. And then this is how wide it's getting. Like I said, I'm a little frustrated. It took a while to undo that. Not as long as it would have, because I have a way. And I think I have, if I can find it, I will put up here the link to how I go through and pick up when I have to frog back a few rows, so that I don't drop stitches, or at least not as many stitches. I have a way that I take the needle in and stuff, and I will link that up there. So yeah, oh no, all my yarns are on the ground. They all fell. I'll pick them up later. I'll just put that back there. What else is on my knitting page? Temperature socks we talk about at the beginning of each new month. And we've talked about tithing stuff. Honestly, that's what I have going on for knitting, unless I start either the EFA MCAL, or today I just learned about a blanket that is made with 30 squares, like a stitch sampler square. And it was a knit along that happened back like 8 years ago. I might do that, just make little squares, in just to learn different kinds of stitch patterns for knitting. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that, or if I'm gonna cast on anything else knitting, or if I'm gonna kind of just no. I'm finishing up those gloves. I'm like, what do I do? Do I pull out something else to cast on, or do I work on some of the other things? I have a lot of plans, but we'll see. The Multivalence, have I worked on it since I did my WIP Wednesday? By the way, if I have not linked it, WIP Wednesday, I'll put it here. It's the playlist, so you can go see just shorter versions where I only talk about what I actually worked on during the week. So I think I did go a little bit farther. So here is the beginning of the round for the last round of the September clue. And if I keep going here, I have a stitch marker that I put in so I don't lose progress again, because the stitch marker will actually keep that from pulling out. It's one nice thing about crochet is that's it. With knitting, you have to like put things on the ends of the needle or slide it way back on the cable. But with this, it's like, there you go. That's it. It's locked. It's not going anywhere. But that is, let me flip the finished side to the back, because it's a little more than half way around. So I should have this done pretty soon and have the 9th clue done. I will put the 9th clue in finished Friday and work on the 10th clue. I haven't decided if I'm going to participate in the Mystery Yarn Challenge yarn exchange next month, or have that blanket be my Mystery Yarn Challenge for completion. That's a lot to do. I may have to look at the pattern just to see how many rows are in each of the clues after this one's done. We'll see. I have not, so this is one of the things, the seahorses. And I have a thing that I'm making for my neighbor, Mindy, a towel holder that I'm making for Mindy. I think I need to work on that, and I need to start the seahorses before I start other things. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do. And then the temperature scarf. I talked about that and then decided I needed to change it. I do have it close by. I have it in my backpack. I messed around a lot. Hardly got anything done on Sunday because I was working so hard on it, trying to figure out what I was going to do. I did not like the way that corner to corner was working because of how I was changing colors, because I wanted to do the highs and the lows every day. So I eventually made up my own little square like this. In the center is my cold of the day, and then the outside is the high of the day. And the colors, they're from two different ranges. So I have here's my highs range, here's my lows range. And so sometimes it will look like that the high was colder than the low, but that's because they're coming from different ranges. So this may have just barely gone up into the green, and this one's like almost not there. Or sometimes the weather is drastically different from each other, and sometimes it's really close together. So, but this is the first 6 days of the year, starting from over here, and then I'll come back and do 7 tomorrow and work my way across. I don't know if I will 100% catch up with this tomorrow to where I'm at. Today's the 20th, so I should have 3 weeks worth of numbers or squares. It's just I have 6 days. But I might do like a week and a half, and then the next week we'll finish catching up. We'll see how it works out tomorrow. But that's what I've got so far for temperature scarf. It's going to be a long scarf. That was one of the challenges. I didn't mind how long it would be with a corner to corner, but I was like stressed about my color changes, the way that they were going, and so I just changed it. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. I mean, it doesn't look as nice on this side, and it is a scarf. See, now that I'm thinking about it, I may have to go back and do corner to corner anyway. I have until tomorrow to decide officially. But if you want to do these, the center circle is 8 single crochets. Then I went up and I did a single crochet, and then in the next stitch I did kind of a little half double V, which is a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in the same stitch. Then I did a single crochet, and then I did a half double crochet V. So then I did a single crochet, then in the next stitch double crochet, chain 2, nope, half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. Anyway, I did that around. So the half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet makes my corners, single crochet makes my edge, and then when I did a join as you go. So I did a half double crochet, chained 1, hooked my thing around the previous square, did my half double crochet in the same stitch, then kept going in the next stitch, and then did the same thing, so it links across. And anyway, I don't know, I've my brain's kind of going, wait, what do you do? Don't shush. Oh, silly brain, we're okay. Let me double check on my chart with my notes that you saw. I know I've talked about all the WIPs. Oh, acquisitions. I'm going to link it right here. Mystery Yarn Challenge. I got my yarn and I have started on my thing. In there you see a little sample. I am making some form of amigurumi, but that is all I'm telling you. Oh, I don't have the Mystery Yarn Challenge on my chart thing yet. Let me hurry and put that in. NYC 124. That'll follow the rest of the stuff later. Life update. I guess we can kind of talk about a life update. Oh, I gotta change some settings in my OBS recording system because when I was typing NYC, as soon as I typed C, it changed to the scene. I went to my desktop, which was okay for a minute of it, but not for the whole thing. So I have to change that setting so that it doesn't hit while I'm typing. Life updates. I have been going to a counselor, and we have been looking at some of my feelings. I've also reread a book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I highly recommend it. It's a good book in my opinion. And between the two, and then another video that I watched about how somebody had motivation during depression or gained her motivation, and she talked about some things kind of triggered right along with what we were talking about in my life. So I have been struggling for the past 4 years with depression. A lot of things happened in a very short period of time. And I've been struggling with some things for as long as I can remember. In Gay Hendricks' book, he talks about an upper limit. When you get to this upper limit, you consciously or subconsciously, usually subconsciously, you may not even be aware of it, somehow create some kind of thing to sabotage yourself and bring you back down because it's like, no, we can't go into the upper limit because that's not safe. For whatever reason, it could be that you don't want to outshine somebody. It could be that you don't want to be a burden, that you don't want to abandon anybody. It could be that you just think you are wrong at some level. And I have a few of those going on. And so I was aware that this wrongness thing was a problem. But I was like, where did that even start? I don't even know. And we talked a lot about that kind of stuff in my counseling session. And then this other video was talking about depression can often be a belief that you deserve to suffer. And that just hit like, wow, yeah. Because if I think that I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form, then because I am wrong, I deserve to suffer or be punished. And that was kind of where my thinking lied. And so nothing could go right in my life. If things started to go right, it's like, nope, can't. Because I have to suffer is kind of the idea that was in the back of my mind. And So I was kind of looking at that and digging into that. So in my church, we believe in eternal families. That when you get married here in a specific way, that you get to spend eternity with each other. And we believe that there are 3 kingdoms of glory. And there are different things about each kingdom. All of them are kingdoms of glory, though, and I think sometimes we forget about that. But the goal is always to reach the celestial kingdom, the highest kingdom. And not just the highest kingdom, but the highest level within the highest kingdom. That is the goal of everything. And we're given these guidelines of what to do to get there and all these things. But also, sometimes there are false ideas spread in the church. And I was raised on one. I was taught that my sister, she died when she was 6 weeks old. Or 5 weeks old, somewhere like that. She died when she was a baby, just a little tiny baby. And I heard my whole life from my mom that Jennifer was so perfect that all she needed was to come to earth to get a body. As a person growing up in that shadow, for me, it said, Jennifer was perfect. You're not perfect. You weren't perfect. You weren't perfect in the premortal world. You were a flawed soul. And so now you have to suffer. That was my mindset that I know that my mom would have never wanted to give me, but that was what came into my experience, was that Jennifer was perfect, so she only had to live for a month. And I was not perfect, so I've had to live 51 years here on earth. That's a lot of heaviness to carry around. And as I processed it and was looking at it, I'm like, that's silly. Jennifer had whatever choices she had, her plan, whatever her life plan was, and I had my life plan, and they weren't the same. Maybe she came to say, hey, you get to deal with this grief and learn how to process it and survive through it. And so she only came long enough to do that. And maybe I came for a different reason. I don't know. And I don't need any feedback on this. This is my journey, my process. But this is the burden that I've carried my whole life. And so this last week, for me, that's an update. I'm actually doing much better. Because I acknowledged that I've had some of these core things. It wasn't just that, because I always kind of knew I had this issue with Jennifer. But it was this awareness that I truly believed my soul was bad, that my soul made choices, and that I have to be so perfect here on earth to make up for what my soul did. Which is silly. Because I also have a knowledge that that's not possible. My soul isn't any worse than my sister's soul. So that's my life update. I've gone through this big aha. The other thing about it, just watching certain children and talking with certain children and seeing them have pretty much the same ideas and just feeling like, wow. Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. Almost, and like every human has these upper limit things, different degrees of it, different ones. I know somebody who does overs with service and giving because she feels like a burden, but then she doesn't take care of herself, so eventually she'll break down and become a burden, and it's just like a really weird, entangled mess. But we all have something like that. But we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay in the suffering place. And that is what I'm learning and doing. So that's kind of my life update, learning moment. I don't really have anything else to share. I'm feeling a little better, doing a little better, and having a lot of fun with extra YouTube videos. Also a little stressed because I'm like, oh, I gotta go make a video. When am I gonna put that in my day? It's not just that I'm making a video, it's that I like to edit them as well. but that's okay. It's a lot of fun. I like doing this. I love doing YouTube, actually. It makes me happy. And making yarny things like this making me happy. This one actually makes me really happy. Super cute. So, sorry if that was a little heavy for your liking. There's just something to think about. Like if you notice patterns in your life, look a little deeper at them. I am allowing myself now to step into a greater place because I know that my soul is righteous, it's beautiful, it is amazing the way it is, that it didn't make stupid mistakes, didn't do bad things. Just, yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyway, that's it for today. Remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever they be. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!